Hello, 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 friends, family, foes, and Swifties, and welcome to For the Love of the Eras Tour, aka my birthday episode. Ooh! Yes, today we are going to tell you all about my surprise journey to the Eras Tour. Basically, it started on Halloween night, and it lasted about 5 days. 2 of them were me anxiously figuring out what to wear, and we're about to tell you all about it. So, my name's Astala Vista.
And I'm in my red era. I'm Jimmy Boone.
And we are going to be your hostesses with the mostesses, as always. Now, today you might notice I am out of drag. That is because I wanted to dive right into this Eras Tour episode.
It's your birthday. Take the day off,
I didn't want to waste any time putting on makeup. I didn't want to get any makeup on my Eras Tour shirt. So we wanted to hop right into this, and I figured we could start where it all started. This was a total surprise, everybody. And when I tell you a surprise, I mean on Halloween night, we were sitting there watching a horror movie, and I think we paused it to maybe get a snack. I don't know what.
I think it just finished.
It just finished, something along those lines. You handed me a box, and out of nowhere, I'm like, what is going on right now? A Halloween present? Like, what's going on? No, that wasn't the case at all. What was in that box was this little laminated, is that the word I'm looking for?
Pamphlet
laminated
card.
pamphlet, starting with, are you ready for it? After that, there was a Because We're Going. After that, there was a Taylor Swift's Eras Tour flyer at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on Sunday, November 3rd at 7 p.m., the closing night of the U.S. Eras Tour. And then after that, hold on, wait 1 second. Now, this is where I found out it was a road trip, so we were leaving early on Saturday morning. We arrived in Indianapolis Saturday night. It was a 10-hour drive. Flying was actually longer with stops because all the Swifties already got their tickets.
They're nuts.
And then on Sunday, we see Taylor, and we literally had floor seats, Section E, row 19, seats 17 and 18. So imagine I'm sitting there on Halloween night, and this is handed to me. I cried. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, it was like an outer body experience. I didn't know what was happening, but it was absolutely incredible. I literally have never gotten a birthday present like this before. I've never been surprised like this before. So this took me to a place I've literally never been, and it was
Indianapolis.
but it was absolutely incredible. So basically, after I finally got all my emotions together, which took a minute. I mean, there was a lot of emotions going on. First of all, money. I'm like, how did this happen? He's like, I've been planning, I've been saving for this. This has been a thing. I'm like, all right, check that one off. You sure it's quicker to drive rather than fly? I had to go through all of my little anxieties. So once I finally calmed down from that, I was like, holy shit, I'm going to see history. I'm going to see Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, and I pretty much had to wait 2 days anxiously, and I didn't do anything for 2 days. I was kind of just like a hermit. I'm like, what do I do for 2 days? What do I wear? Who am I? Do I go in drag? Do I not go in drag?
We had a day of getting ducks in a row before we left and everything like that. You actually were in a gig the night before that we ended up pulling you out of, so we had to get that all covered, make sure everything was all good to go.
Yeah, you
there.
literally pulled me out of a gig. You Ophelia hot-assed me.
I might have pre-planned some
I'm
things.
still coming down from it, guys. It was a lot. So eventually we leave. We woke up at about 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, probably a little early. We woke up at about 4 in the morning. Left at 5:30 in the morning, and the first stop we did was actually to Ophelia Hotass's house. We had to get this shirt for Jimmy. I wore my 1989 replica outfit, but Jimmy wanted to wear something a little more fabulous in the t-shirt version I have of this. So Ophelia was very nice and lent this out to Jimmy.
Thank you, O.
Yeah, we stopped there within 15, 20 minutes. We were right back on the road. It didn't put a pit stop in whatsoever. Took us about 9 hours to get there.
Yeah, it was a little over 9 hours.
A little over 9 hours. We sped pretty quick. I think we only had to stop one time.
Yeah, one time each way, forward and backwards.
Damn, we are good. Yep. Oh, yeah, we bring our snacks. I think we had to do one little bathroom break. But once we got there, we kind of just dove in. We knew we had 48 hours.
If that. Yeah, I don't
think
it was that much.
In Indianapolis. So we were ready to just go ham, and we went right off. So we checked into our Holiday Inn, obviously.
We love a Holiday Inn.
And then I think it was 30 minutes away because all of the Holiday Inns that were right next to the concert were $1,000 a night, or just weren't
the
available.
Holiday Inns were completely sold out.
Nothing was available.
There was some random Motel 6, and that was $1,000 a night, and I couldn't do that for a Motel 6.
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
Absolutely not. Fuck that. But even 30 minutes away, it was a Swiftie fest out there. I mean, people had their cars painted, getaway car. Everybody was in their car.
all on the roads and stuff.
So we
all
got to feel the fantasy out there. But anyway, we immediately went right into Indianapolis, dropped our shit off at the hotel, and the first place we went to, I went on, I think, Facebook events. Don't make fun of me, I'm an old lady. But that's where you find the shit, honestly. If you go on Facebook events,
the day of stuff is great.
It is. is. It's really good. So I went to Facebook events. We found this little distillery, and they had a Swiftie like all day evening party with like bracelets and little photo ops, and specifically Taylor Swift themed drinks. Every single one was named after a different song or a different era. They had straws that had little like Taylor Swift figurines on them. So we ordered cocktails. I got one with like squid ink in it and shit.
Yeah,
it was a really cool distillery. I'm gonna be honest. It was one of my favorite drinks I've ever had. The fact that it was Swift themed and so fucking good.
Yep.
Would you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it was just really cool that all the stuff was made right there in house because it was a distillery. So all of the spirits we drank were made right there.
They had like absinthe there.
Oh yeah,
they did everything there. It was crazy.
We didn't get the absinthe drink though, did we?
No, we did not. No, we got only the
stuck
ones.
to whiskey.
Yeah, we did. We stuck to whiskey. But we had these two ladies next to us, and it was like the perfect way to just start this off. There are these two older ladies, I think from Alabama. And the one started talking to us, and she was the sweetest lady ever. She was talking about she doesn't have tickets to go, but she's like so happy that we do. She was just hoping to come here to like meet other Swifties and maybe get tickets. If not, she was just here for the ride. And then she also had her sister with her as well. So we were chatting with them a lot. That was just a great way to start talking about Taylor Swift with them. We like bonded with these little ladies. So we were hanging out there for a little bit. I think after that, what did we do next?
I think that's when we ventured into downtown to see the stadium area from there.
That's when we went to see. Oh, this was the night that kind of just went haywire, wasn't it?
It went in a different direction, but
honestly,
in a good way.
Okay, so this was the night where right after those drinks, we wanted to go downtown, see the stadium, and then maybe like grab a bite to eat.
Feel out the area so we know where we're getting into.
We didn't know we were getting into. I've never been to Indiana before. I had no fucking clue. So, I seen a sign that said like merch here or like merch this way, and then there's like crowds of people. So I'm like, Jimmy, like we should do this now. We should get the merch
away from the stadium.
The way Taylor Swift sells merch, basically, it opens up like I think a day before the concert, and then it's open up all day long, like the day of the concerts. There's 3 concerts, and then I think it was also open. No, it was not open after at all. It was just beforehand. But there's a crazy schedule. She actually rents out the convention center next to the stadium just to sell merch. So
Boss bitch status.
I waited in the short line, apparently, because I waited towards the end of the day for only 3 hours. But people in line next to me said they waited yesterday with their friends, because people come back multiple days because they're crazy, for 5 hours. So she literally had like drinks you can get in line, salads, subs. Like this was an all-day affair.
Little food kiosks and stuff.
Get some fucking merch. So I didn't know what I was getting into. Oh, it's also broken up into multiple rooms. So like they take you from one room to another. It's very Squid Games. I didn't know if I was making it out alive. I'll be very honest with you. It was like, am I going to get this Taylor Swift merch, or am I like red light, green lighting right now?
Because they couldn't put that line in one room. Nobody would stay. So they have to break it up. So you're like, your spirit
I wouldn't have seen it if I knew what the fuck I was getting into. I would have been the fuck out of there. I'm like, love you, TT. I'm going to order that online. Thank you. But anyway, I decided to wait because I didn't know what I was getting into. So I ran out of the car. I was like, Jimmy, let me just get out of the car, get in this line. I'll grab us some merch real quick. Yeah. No big deal.
I sat in a no parking zone with my hazards on for 3 hours while cops are just like walking past me back and forth. I guess they didn't care that much.
Get to the merch, like as we're approaching, they're like, just so you know, we're almost out of almost everything. Like trying to like make you turn around at this point because it was after the hours where merch closed. I think it closed at 8, but it was like 8:45 at this point because the line was just so fucking long. And I got 2 shirts.
Yep.
Right? I have
2 of that shirt.
This shirt, another one for Jimmy, and then we got this tapestry moment over here. But all the good shit, it was all sold out. The hoodies, like all the stuff you wanted.
Yeah.
It is available online, but everything in person was sold out. So we're
and
like,
you said they didn't even have the posters in person, right?
No, they didn't even have the Indianapolis posters in person. So the merch was kind of a bust for us that night. Apparently, in the concert when we were there was a much better merch table. That was merch
frankincense
booth.
And mirth.
That was merch booth and merch table all in one. But we didn't want to wait in those lines because we just kind of wanted to enjoy the concert moment. So I got us a little merch moment. Let's actually show that off right now, I guess, right? Our little merch bag.
Yeah. Sometimes at the concerts, the bag they give you as a purchase is just as much fun.
This was the little bag. We have some other little goodies we'll show you in a little bit, but it was in a very fancy little bag.
Heavy-duty bag.
$45 shirts, not too bad. The average shirt at a concert is like $50.
So, yep.
I mean, when I tell you there was thousands of people in line, she's making money. That's why she's ready.
Another billion?
Give me my money. So that was night 1. Right after that, we pretty much went right home. We got that Taco Bell.
Yep, we had to wait in line for Taco Bell.
We had to wait in a long ass line for Taco Bell.
That was disgusting.
But then we went to bed. Yep. We wanted to get a good night's sleep.
Then we woke up the following morning. We attempted to do a Taylor Swift themed brunch, which I don't think we were able to.
Everyone was sold out and then some. Like
Yeah.
when I tell you sold out beyond belief, like nobody was accepting anything for anything. So we're like, all right, well, I guess plan B now. It's time to switch into what we're going to do later on. Let's try to get some reservations for something, figure something out so we have an afternoon plan. This was the day of the concert, but the show didn't start till 7. I think we wanted to get there. We said around like 6, 5:30.
Yeah, well, the stadium opened at 4:30. We were like thinking about just making sure we were in that area around then, and then we were going to get to the concert whenever. I think for breakfast we ended up starting with one of our favorites, the lovely Holiday Inn complimentary buffet
There
breakfast
is
that they have.
nothing like a little veggie egg white omelet from the Holiday Inn. I really like them too when the middle is a little cold.
Yep, and then the outside is completely crispy. I'm like, how did you do this?
I love it. Sometimes I try to dig around with a little like scraper thing to try to get a good one. But when there is no good one, how do you get a good one?
The frozen Cinnabons that the kids have already stuck their fingers into.
Oh, girl. The one girl sneezing on it. Do you remember that? There was like a girl, and you're just like, all right, well, I guess I'll still have it because I'm hungry, but whatever.
I've seen the videos on those buffets, and I still eat them. It's fine. It's fine.
But anyway, we got our little breakfast moment. I think we hung out at the hotel for a little bit longer, like showered, did the whole little moment.
We had a relaxing morning.
Had a nice little relaxing morning, and then we headed over to this place. I cannot remember the name of it, but it was pretty much like a Taylor Swift-a-palooza. So you walk in the bar, they have Taylor Swift karaoke. Then they have a full smorgasbord of food. The Hangar. You're right. That's exactly what it was called. Then they had a bar. They had a Swiftie station. They had for bracelets. They had a station where you could drop your boyfriend off and play like golf on a screen or Mario Kart. There was something to do for everybody. A costume contest.
Pedal bike things.
A Swiftie like pedal bike tour where they played Taylor Swift music and you like did a little pedal bike around the town for like 30 minutes. So it was a $50 ticket, came with 2 drinks and all of that shit. And the food was lit too.
It was great food. A lot of food too.
A lot of
different food. Yep.
So we did that. We're like, absolutely. We hung out there for, I'd say, a good, 3 hours. We did it all. We literally did everything. We didn't do karaoke because there was too long of a line, but we made the bracelets. Yep. We ate the food like crazy. We did the pedal bike tour.
Yep. And then, actually, I think before that, we missed one. We did that place that was called the Alexander, and it was the hotel bar that we went to.
That's where we got the picture to burn cocktail.
Yep.
That was banging. That was really, really
good. And they
good.
also had a little bracelet station. It was a lot of...
That place was too bougie for me.
It was.
I got to feel trashier and at home at the other place. The other place was more of a neighborhood bar. Not a neighborhood bar. That sounds
It felt
bad.
like Landmark.
It felt like a Landmark kind of bar. Just a very Applebee's, but with a little bit more liquor and a little bit more fun.
A modernization.
There we go. That's a great way to say it.
The hotel bar reminded me of the Dolly Parton bar a little bit. It gave me that kind of a vibe.
That.
Fancy dancy.
Little
but
fancy. The cocktail we got, it came in a box and you open it and there was smoke everywhere.
Yep. Well, we'll put pictures of the cocktails up as we talk about them.
Yes, definitely do that. But we did all of the stuff at the Hangar Bar. That was so much fun. There was a costume contest. They asked me to be in it. They had 4 people. I got second. I was a little bummed out. But
it definitely worked out the way the order went. You were third. You got the people riled up the most, and then after that, the people were just drunk and ready to scream again, and then the person after you ended up.
And her costume was cute. It wasn't an exact replica, but it was cute.
I heard the inflection in your voice. Cute.
It was cute. It was cute. She did good.
You still can't do it. Cute.
But let's get back to the bracelets because we got so many bracelets too. We made a couple drunkenly at this place. I mean, when I tell you we tried to make some souvenirs for Sarah and Evan, it's 6 beads.
Yep,
and
we got over it.
Return backwards. But let me say too, the energy was incredible. Kids were allowed at this event. This was an all ages event, and kids are trading bracelets. The Swiftie energy is just it really doesn't matter who you are, where you're coming from. Everybody's here to worship Taylor Swift and just sing the songs together and have a good time. So people are coming up to me because I'm in this full freaking costume, asking to trade bracelets with me, asking about the costume. It was just a very warm energy. But I left with a lot more bracelets than I started. I have a Lover, 87 loves 89, Getaway Car, Now That We Don't Talk, Taylor's version, Fearless, Cat Lady, Indie. This is from somebody in Indie, made an indie one, which I love. Another indie one, Evermore, the Errors Tour. Oh, this is the Varla Jean Merman show. We'll talk about that later. Another 1987 one, Willow, Fuck 'em, It's Over, Karma, and then there was 2 that we made ourselves as well. Now, there's one place we went to. We haven't talked about this place yet. This was the place that had the $5 drink happy hour.
Oh crap! Yeah.
Yes, but they also had like a little bracelet station. But when I tell you this was like dive bar-y, like there was like 7 letters left and like
they
a
bought,
rubber
like,
band.
one kit of 100 letters for the whole weekend, and we got there on Sunday, and what they had is what they had.
So basically, what I was able to make with those is with a rake mom, which if you know the reference, you know the reference. We're not going to go into that. And then also donk, peeper, peen, and poon. All on one. And that was all I had. So I did it.
And then all I could come up with out of the remaining letters was "Oh fudge."
Oh, fudge.
That bracelet ended up getting traded.
I did trade that one.
The other ones.
Because I was very, very making sure we did not trade those ones with kids, obviously. So I was like, all right, you can have the "Oh fudge." I wanted to keep all the ones that people traded me. Like, I didn't want to trade anything that I didn't bring.
Especially the ones that were like handmade. Like some of them you could tell were the like AliExpress, Wish.com ones or whatever.
Yeah,
like those are whatever.
Get rid of those, exactly.
But like some of the indie ones,
Indie.
there were some other cooler ones that were like you could tell were handmade with love.
Yeah, I was kind of living for that. When did we go to that other bar too? I forget.
Okay, so I think that bar was the first stop on Sunday.
Gotcha.
The $5 bar. So this was great. So we didn't talk about this really. In Indianapolis, the most expensive drink, with the exception of the hotel bar,
$10?
was $10.
Like drinks were
$10.
so cheap. A squid ink drink.
Yep.
Squid ink. $10.
Old fashions, $10, and good old fashions, not like some Crapplebee's old fashioned.
Yeah, like I kind of featured
So
Indiana.
the
a little
bar
bit.
that had the limited beads for the letters for the beads and whatnot. We get there, there's a whole cocktail menu. Everything was pretty much $10. We I think 2 drinks each. Get the bill. The whole thing was $20, and I was like, oh god, he only rang us up for 1 drink. Let me look at it. Nope. Each drink was half price because it was happy hour. $5 old fashions, craft cocktails for $5.
Insane, absolutely insane.
Oh, that was incredible.
And it was like those fancy drinks with like tobacco bitters
Yep,
and like angel's blood.
You had
And you're
like a
ooh.
marshmallow syrup or something like that. There
Yeah.
was like a toasted marshmallow syrup or something. It was incredible.
So chef's kiss all across the board with every experience we went to in Indiana. The only thing I would say that kind of sucks is we didn't get to really like sit down and eat anywhere, but
yeah, no, we didn't really do it.
no, we wanted to, but we got Taco Bell.
Yeah, we did a lot of. We did
that merch
Subway at
line
one
got us
point.
together.
Yeah, we were there for Taylor.
But then here's where it really starts. All right, so it's time to leave the hangar place. It is time to officially go over to the Taylor Swift concert, and here's where it begins. We were floor seats. We didn't really know where to go. They kind of like popped us all around the stadium into another thing and like funneled us in the front.
Yeah, you could. It wasn't like the main entrance. You had to go through some extra thing.
I was very overwhelmed. Like, where are they taking us? Like, are we sure this is floor? There was
Squid
like
Games
no
Part
direct
2.
sign. Everybody was like, is this floor? Is this floor? Like, everybody just like kind of asking and like feeling it out together. Literally, when I tell you we were on the floor so close to the stage, it was insane. I mean, I've only been this close one other time. It was for Beyonce, and it was the same outer body experience then.
Yep.
You feel like she is singing to you. It was crazy.
Do you remember the feeling of like once we got through all the hoopla of actually getting to the stadium, and like once you got to the part where all the seats and the stage and everything wasn't just like kind of like looking up and just like kind of spinning around? It was like that first time going to like New York City or like a big city, and you just kind of like look up at the skyscrapers for the first time.
You're like,
it was
oh
that,
my
and I was like,
God.
And
She
then
does this every night?
Yep. And then it was just the fact of like seeing the Eras Tour movie and stuff on Disney Plus and whatnot before this, and watching a lot of the like live feeds on TikTok and whatever.
Yes.
Like you've seen this, not seen it before, but like you know what this is already, so you're
You
like
see it come
standing
to life.
and you're just standing in the middle of it, and you're like, oh my god, I'm here.
Yeah.
It was a complete out of body experience.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, I really don't even know what to do. I don't know if I want to sit down. I don't know if I want to eat. I don't know what to do at this point. But we grabbed a drink. That actually was the most expensive drink we got. I think it was like $20 there.
Oh yeah, at the stadium, which still isn't the worst. I think
No,
Philly Stadium's
I
the
think we
worst.
only had like 1 or 2 drinks. Like we were there for the show without a doubt. But this was the part where when the show started, when you walk in, everybody gets these little bracelets. Here you go. We put our little tab back in, but these were pretty much like interactive bracelets where different parts of the stadium and different people at certain times, it would light up, and that like added to the show in a whole nother way where I've never seen that before. Do they do that at like other places?
I think certain like big artists, something like Coldplay and Harry Styles, have done stuff like this
Okay.
before, but it was like really cool. Like what you were saying is like
The colors, like
the colors, like if you were on the floor, the bracelets would be one color. If you were up in the stands, it would be another color. If you were on the left side, it might be one color.
She had to be a snake at fucking one point.
And then
Like,
there
how do you how do you know where the people are?
I think it's some kind of GPS
That's
fancy
fucking
shit.
GPS
I don't know.
fancy
Capital
shit,
One,
yep.
good off on you guys because you paid for these apparently.
I don't know how it worked, but I was blown away like right off the bat with that.
Yeah. I noticed like just the people like standing next to us, like theirs would be a different color. Sometimes like they would be like flickering, like pink and whatever. And, like it was like a whole different thing. I don't know how that. It's
No,
like
it was
every other one.
Absolutely crazy. So that was a gag right off the bat, and then the show itself was even more incredible in person. When I was watching the Eras tour on Disney Plus, or well, I guess we've seen it in theaters first.
Yeah, it's been everywhere.
But I didn't really appreciate the hell out of it when we seen it in theaters. I appreciated how incredible it was, but I didn't know what an era was yet. I was new to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, the first
Once
time,
we were
yep.
starting to watch it at home, 1989 was without a doubt my favorite era to watch. I was like, oh my god, this is it. But watching it live, I will say Tortured Poets Department was the one for me. Now that one also wasn't in the movie.
No.
But like that one live was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
There were so many elements to it. The spaceship, like.
Yep.
What about you?
So I've always been an All Too Well fan, and getting to see the 10-minute version live was very, very cool. I don't know. There's so many moments. I can't.
We
pick
did
one.
get to see the gold rep bodysuit.
The whole rep, the Don't Blame Me into Look What You Made Me Do, that transition, that's incredible. I think we should pause for a moment and allow for a quick video montage of some of our favorite moments, because I was able to record a good moment of it.
Let's do
let's
that.
pause for a moment and we'll incorporate some of our favorite moments.
Let's relive the fantasy.
So tonight I'm very happy to report that you have now broken the all-time attendance record for a concert in this stadium.
Take the long way home, as the traffic lights and you'll be alright beside. I'll levitate down your street, crash the party like a record scratch as I scream. Don't make me love, make me crazy, because what you ain't doing it like a
Literally feel like I am there again.
Yes.
Honestly, though, I know we got all those videos. There was one video we did slack on, and we need to give some love. We did not get a video of Gracie Abrams, who we
No.
didn't really even know who she was.
No.
I've heard of her name before, but like I didn't know her music. We are 100% a fan after seeing her live. She was incredible, so kind, so sweet, so talented.
Yep.
Played
And
guitar live.
One thing that I learned that night that I didn't know is I was a huge like TV movie buff growing up, and she is evidently the daughter of director and TV show creator J.J. Abrams, who created shows like Alias, Lost. He directed a lot of the Mission Impossible and Star
Wow.
Trek movies. He's a kind of a big
Evidently.
name. Evidently.
There's a discrepancy.
I just didn't know that, and I haven't looked it up yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I'm saying evidently because I don't know if it's 100% true, but that's what I'm going off of.
I live.
But she was great. She was very like girl in the sundress, kind of like bopping, very like
Folklore Evermore vibes.
Thank you.
There we go.
I always
Yes.
get the acronym or the mix up confused now. She gives that kind of a vibe, though.
Yes, very, very that.
Yep. And then one other video that we have not included yet. Do you remember who was seated very close over my right shoulder?
Insane. When I tell you we were like 15 to 20 feet from the one, the only Andrea Swift, it was kind of a gag. Literally, Taylor Swift's mom was like right there. It was crazy.
Yeah, there was this like, I guess like VIP kind of section, like right up to the back right of me, and we'll put the video up as I'm talking right now, but she was just like literally an angel. It got to the point where she like would have to stop allowing people to
Lines.
come up to say hi to her because it was just becoming a huge distraction to the show.
She did it in between sets. She would allow like photos in between
Yep.
sets, but then she's like, when my daughter's on,
Yep.
what are you here for?
She's like, you pay attention to her. She would allow like a good like 10 kids though or so
Yeah.
each time to like get a little
No,
hug.
she was very reasonable.
And then she had the person that would be like,
Yep.
oh, nope, we have to
like,
cut it off
watching
now.
this fabulous show.
Yep.
Like, let's actually talk about the fabulous show too.
Yep.
Like we've talked a lot, but we have not talked about this show. This concert was something that was never done before. Like,
No. I
there's-
mean, not that I know
this
of,
was
no.
an experience. We watch concert videos all the time.
Yeah.
We've never seen anything like
No.
this before. I mean, this was 3.5 hours of nonstop costume changes, different sets, different performers, different vibes of music. Like it took you on a journey the entire time. It was
acoustic
crazy.
stuff, dance stuff, pop stuff, country stuff, literally a little bit of everything.
I described it as like, it was almost like programming a computer, and they just programmed like a 3.5 hour long set, because every single thing was so thought of, so meticulous. There was no accidents, no mistakes. She would go off the cusp a little bit, like talking to you before an acoustic set, or like when she does the 22 section, which is where she gives like a little girl a hat. Usually it's somebody going through something. You don't know what the case is, but like that moment right there, she kind of leaves the concert, and like she'll stay longer than she's supposed to give that little girl a moment.
You can tell she has a good like minute built into the show of like flex time that the dancers and whomever else will like take over the show for a second, so she can give this little girl like a moment for however long she kind of needs.
It got me. Like it's so good.
It was intense. It was intense.
so good
in all the right ways.
But like every single set, there's one set that has 3 costumes. Like red is you literally get this shirt, then you get the thing underneath, then you get the cape over. Like even if you don't know Taylor Swift or know her music too well, anybody can appreciate what went into that.
Midnight's is the same way. It's kind of like 3-4 different looks.
Yeah, 4 different looks, right? With all the props, umbrellas, people coming out with gigantic clouds. Like the opening, she comes out from this gigantic freaking like
clamshell.
Yeah,
I call it a clamshell. I don't know what it's really called.
It is crazy. If you have not done the courtesy of watching the Eras Tour on Disney Plus yet, like do that courtesy to yourself, because she is this generation's Michael Jackson, Cher. Like I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't like Michael Jackson definitely had similar commercial and like crowd success, but I don't know.
It hasn't been done like that yet. That's the best way to say it. Like it hasn't been done like that.
Social media didn't exist with Michael Jackson, so it's a whole different fun. Like it's two apples and oranges. One thing that a lot of artists do is like on their stage or runway or whatever, like the pieces of it will like rise up, and there'll be like a whole like little risen section of their stage. Now, one thing that I thought that was really cool with the new Tortured Poets department set was like that thing would rise up, but then there was a part of the song like right when the tempo picked up, that the thing would start like gliding down the stage. So it wasn't just like rising up.
She had so many different levels to things.
It was impressive. Like you knew it was going to rise up.
Back
okay,
of
whatever.
The stage, then like towards the front, there was a whole thing.
And then on the front of these aren't just like gears that you were seeing coming up. These were full screens that also went along with it. There's the one, I forget which it is, but has all of her looks underneath of her.
1989 is the one where she does blank space, and there's the multiple versions of her
like underneath in the video. Yep, that was impressive. That's where where she smashes the car and the thing too. Yeah, like it's just. There's so many little things. Yep.
And then obviously she ends it with a gigantic confetti burst, which we had to be a little crazy, just like anybody that's going to their first Taylor Swift concert. So we did take a giant confetti patty over here, everybody. We just kind of mushed it together.
It was wet. It's fine.
A little
I have
wet.
one
Who
from
knows
our
what's in there?
Beyonce concert that we went to still somewhere.
Do you?
Yep. A confetti patty.
Well, we're going to use these for the Steras tour when we put that together. Basically, our place has 13 stairs, and if you don't know, Taylor Swift has 11 eras, so we want to do a stairs tour and have a different stair for each era, and then that leaves us room to have a couple more, too, so that's the plan for later on, but that's not happening for, I'd say, at least another year or two. That's going to take time, love, planning, but, hold on, let me pop this back. There's also one other thing in here that I found on our way out from this amazing night when we had to stop in West Virginia on the way home. We stopped at a little pit stop, and there was a little Taylor Swift sticker right there at the front of the convenience store that we stopped in.
Sealed the trip with a kiss there.
It did. It like sealed the whole entire trip with a little kiss there. So we saved that as well as a little souvenir.
No, but in all seriousness, if you have not had the opportunity to see Taylor Swift live or the Eras Tour, or even the
fucking luck, because it ends in 2 weeks, bitches.
I was trying to be all sweet. It is available, shameless plug, on Disney Plus and probably some other streaming crap too if you want to pay for it.
Or maybe they can come on December 20th at Drag Me to Landmark.
Oh, that's a whole separate experience.
And
that's
see
a whole separate
the Errors Tour. Okay, so before we say anything else, I do want to give a little shameless plug. On December 20th, we are bringing Varla Jean Merman. She is an international, actually, drag queen who this year she decided to tour her show, the Errors Tour. So it is like almost like a Broadway musical.
Cabaret.
Cabaret kind of, like she sings live, talks to the audience and everything. But it's like a drag show cabaret hybrid. And it's not a full parody of Taylor's Eras Tour. It's more of a parody of her life, Varla Jean Merman's life,
Inspired by-
using the Eras tour, some costumes and some funny Taylor Swift songs and parodies as references. So whether you're a Swiftie or a drag fan, or honestly like neither, and you're trying to figure it out,
Yep.
this show, I can guarantee you, will get anybody into drag. Like, if your husband's name is Rich and, like, he does this on the table during football, like, he would even enjoy the show.
Not Rich.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I think Varla might be right there with them watching football.
You're not kidding. Varla, actually, she's a little burly
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
drag. She might watch.
Yeah,
she might watch a little football.
We'll find out.
I don't judge.
We'll find out. We'll find out. But I just want everybody to take a moment, though, to check out the no, you got me all fucked up. The Eras tour. This is fucking dyslexia.
You're having errors now.
Literally. Because the work that her and her team put into that fucking show is like absolutely incredible, and it's inspiring to us. Like, we've put together drag shows ourselves based on this. There's so many drag artists that are putting together costumes and numbers and everything based on this. It's an inspiration to people everywhere, I think.
Yeah, it was like, you can tell she went into this concert with just like a fuck you. She's like, I just want to be nasty.
Yep.
I want to lay down something that has never been done before, and she just did the damn thing.
It's 11 albums of music. It's essentially a greatest hits tour, but instead of calling it that, it's the eras of her career, basically.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
But like I said, like, I'm still overwhelmed and in shock, and probably didn't even make sense most of this episode because I'm just still so stimulated. But it was the best birthday I have ever had. It is an experience I will never forget, and it was honestly a part of history. This is the biggest tour
ever.
Yeah. And I got to be in that room, feel that energy, and I cannot thank you enough. And thank you so much. I love you.
I love you. Oh, we're so sweet.
As you were, we are never getting back together, like ever. Sure.
Actually, funny story about this. This song came out when we first started dating, and you were never the most romantical in that kind of like, let's pick a song, remember the anniversary date kind of situation. And you made a joke once about how this should have been our song.
Oh, so sweet.
Even though she has a song.
Remember that?
I remember that. I mean, she has a song called
13 years
Alzheimer's.
later.
Stop.
That got weird.
Get out.
Taylor Swift's in the room with us right now, everybody.
Oh, gosh.
I think with that being said, guys, it's about time to wrap it
I
up
think
today.
so.
So do we have anything else to plug? I already plugged Varla Jean Merman. By the time this episode comes out, I'm trying to think we're almost going to be towards the holidays at that point.
Yeah, we'll have a few more episodes of our podcast to wrap us up through the end of the year. And then as we approach the holidays, we will be ending season 1. We'll have a big dramatic season finale.
Ooh.
And then we'll pick back up somewhere probably late January, early February, around that time. Don't
Right.
quote me. With
We need to
season
talk.
2.
There's some guests I want to interview. I want to bring some zany guests on here, some brainy guests on here.
Are we going to name drop right now?
I don't know if I want to name drop without asking these people.
Okay.
I just want to keep this pod very fun, and I love talking to you. But you know what I love doing even more? Drilling somebody's brain
Same.
that I don't know.
Same.
So I think we should go ham with that in season 2.
Can we also do a like Zoom interview type situation with somebody that doesn't geographically live near
Yeah,
us?
I don't know what that means, but
I
I
don't
love
know
diving
either.
into things that I don't know.
We didn't know what we were
So-
doing here
I
either when we
was like,
started.
I
We'll
kinda
figure
love
it
doing
out.
that, so
I just
let's
want to do it because there's so many cool people all over the country and world. I just think it'd be really cool to dive into.
There you have it, guys. We don't have anything else to plug other than the podcast. So I guess that means we're doing good.
You can buy merch on the website always. You can book us on the website always. Buy tickets on the website always.
Yeah, that's about
That's
it.
about it.
Well, until next time, I want to say thank you so much to all of our close fam sponsors. I want to give it up right now also for our Call Me Mother sponsors, Barbara Rambo, Kathy P, The Drag Fan 27, and Barbella Whiskey. As you know, it is your girl, Astala Vista.
And I'm Jimmy Boone.
And we will see you next time. Hasta la vista for now.
And one more time, remember, we are celebrating Astala Vista's birthday. I can't say her name. I've been with her for 13 years. It's fine. So be sure to leave a little love in the comments. Send her a DM, a happy birthday. She loves it.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye for now.
You're so sweet, so tender, so mild.